Fat transfer or fat grafting to the dorsum of the hands is a great way to make your hands look younger. When we are young, we naturally have subcutaneous fat underneath the skin on the top of our hands, and that subcutaneous fat hides the underlying tendons and veins, which makes our hands look young, because young people have more fat under the skin on the dorsum of their hands. As we get older, that fat goes away. And what happens then is the underlying tendons and veins on the top of your hand become very prominent, and it makes your hands look old. To fix this, we put fat back where you lost it. So I perform a small amount of liposuction of your thighs or abdomen. It's not very invasive. It's not a significant recovery. You won't notice much fat is missing because we don't need that much fat, and the cannulas we use to get the fat are very small. The fat cells we harvest with the liposuction are also very small, and we process those fat cells and purify them, and then we graft them or transfer them underneath the skin on the dorsum of your hands. And that's done by using a special little cannula. It doesn't even need an incision. It's a little needle stick that the cannula slides in through right underneath the skin on the top of your hands, and the fat cells get injected where you're missing them. Most people have this procedure performed under numbing medicine only. You do not need to go to sleep. If you're going to sleep for something else, we absolutely can do this while you're asleep, but it is not something that you need to be asleep for. We can do it under numbing medicine only. I'm often asked if I should put filler on the dorsum of my hands or fat. In other words, what's better to treat aging hands, fat or filler? And I'm a big proponent of fat because the amount of filler needed to treat the dorsum of the hands is going to be more expensive than fat grafting. The other advantage of fat grafting is that it's permanent. In other words, once the fat cells live, they are there forever. The only advantage that filler has in this situation is that it's more predictable. Meaning if I put in 5 cc's of filler, I know that you're going to get 5 cc's of filler. If I graft 20 cc's of fat, I expect about a half to 2/3 of that to live, which is still more than the filler that you're going to get if I inject a bunch of filler. And the fat is going to be much less expensive, and assuming it lives, or enough of it lives, it's permanent, unlike filler. To learn more, check out our website where you can upload your photos and concerns as a virtual consult. You can also check out our price estimator to get pricing information for all the various procedures we offer. And finally, if you'd like to have your questions answered on a future podcast or Q&A video session like this, please leave a message on our SpeakPipe. You can go to our blog page and our SpeakPipe is located there. Thanks for listening.